Planets were aligning, the stars were forming into formation, and time in his mind became non-linear, pulling together the past, the present and the future into a single space. That space was the pocket universe, and with that, the puzzle was solved. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Cosy Reads. I hope you've all been keeping well. Here we are once again around the fire and ready for another story. In today's story, we will continue Regalion as Max, Bree, Celeste and Butrid ponder on the amulet. Max has an idea as to who might be able to shed some light on the mystery of the amulet. To reach this person, Max will have to solve an interesting puzzle and potentially run into some old friends. So without further ado, let's dive in. So does that mean that you can utilize his powers then? What about Celeste or that thing in the lantern? Bree exclaimed. Hey, this thing has a name. It's Butrid. Learn it. Damn, you're lucky you're cute, Butrid said while sounding a bit annoyed. I'm just going to pretend I never heard that and ask again. So can anyone else here utilize the power of the amulet? Bree remarked while pretending not to hear whatever else Butrid had to say. Sadly, no. I don't think any of us can utilize the amulet to its full effect. But I do think I know someone who can help us to figure out this amulet problem. Max then headed into his room to look for a contact method, one that he had not used in a while. While he was away, Bree and Celeste got into a conversation about this whole other world situation, of demons, the afterlife, etc. Celeste also explained to Bree about her unplanned trip to Earth, how her body and soul were torn apart and why she was now tethered to Max. Bree told Celeste about where she got the amulet from, that her grandmother passed it down to her a long time ago. Bree also explained that her grandmother told her stories about the amulet, about the power that it held and stories about the ancients and the unyielding. Bree never did fully understand the stories her grandmother told her, and she put most of them down to her grandmother being senile. However, now, Bree had her reasons for believing in some of those stories. She never truly divulged those reasons, but it seemed that Bree saw the reality of what her grandmother meant. Max found the contact method and read the name, Skaith, a powerful female warrior who had taught him how to control his power and utilize his martial combat to further himself and his powers. She was a boon to him when he left the Reapers, providing ample training so that he could keep up and even surpass his former Reaper allies. A woman who previously resided in a different universe to Max's, but after discovering a pocket universe in between two worlds, she decided to reside in the second world, watching over both worlds and training those who she deemed worthy. Contacting her was not an easy task. It was not as easy as just phoning the contact number that Max found, as it was not a number, at least not in the conventional sense. Instead, a sort of puzzle that would constantly change and adapt to ensure that no two ways could open the way to her realm. Luckily, Max was always able to solve the puzzle. Skaith told him it was because of the power that resides in him. It can bridge the gap between time and space, opening a bridge between the two previously mentioned worlds. Max never truly understood it, but the way that he saw it was once he started on the puzzle, the pieces slotted themselves in his mind, and presto, the puzzle was solved. Max brought the puzzle out to the others, and he showed it to Bree. She looked at it in bewilderment, and with good reason. The puzzle is, for all intents and purposes, a ball. It's round and the same size as a football. Due to that, it is incredibly inconspicuous, enough that you would not believe that this one ball can somehow bridge the gap between two realms. Wait, so are you supposed to somehow solve that thing? How the hell does that make any sense? It's just a ball. How are you supposed to drop it or spin it or something? Bree asked while studying the ball. Max laughed. No, see, the ball works with the mind. When you hold the ball and close your eyes and release your mind to the ball, it becomes like seeing the ball in your mind's eye. That's when the puzzle exposes itself. See, the woman who created this puzzle was very clever. She created this puzzle ensuring that only those in tune with psychic capabilities would have a chance to solve the puzzle. But that does not mean that they will solve it. See, they only have the chance to solve it. And with the puzzle changing constantly, if you fail, you must redo a whole new puzzle. That ensures that only those Skaith deemed worthy can visit her realm. Even while Max said this, he thought about the puzzle and those worthy to open it. He only knew a very small amount of people who could even interact with the puzzle, let alone open it. Those people mainly being himself and Scarlet. He also knew that higher plane beings such as Celeste and Butrid were able to interact with the puzzle. But he was always of the mind that the Banished would have the power to, if not solve it, then override it. And this thought always made him shudder, as he would think to himself, what would happen if the puzzle fell into the wrong hands? That puzzle is something else. It is on such a level that I truly believe only a godlike being could craft the puzzle, which always makes me question what Skaith is, Celeste said while studying the puzzle. As Max worked on it, the ball remained still, unchanging, his eyes were closed, and he was sitting down holding the ball. Nothing's happening. You kind of got my hopes up as well. I was expecting some power or something to come whizzing out of it. Heck, even the cliche ball floating and laser light show would have been far more interesting than the ball doing nothing, Bree exclaimed. Yeah, if you're expecting some mad trippy show, then you're in the wrong place, hon. That ball won't move an inch. By itself, all that will happen is nothing, to begin with. And then poof, the puzzle is solved, Butrid said while mid-yawn. From this point on, Max was not sure what was said, as he became completely enthralled in the puzzle. He started seeing all the puzzle pieces coming together, fixing and moulding into a solution. Planets were aligning, the stars were moving into formation, and time in his mind became non-linear. Together, the past, the present, and the future went into a single space. That space was a pocket universe, and with that, the puzzle was solved. When you first experience solving a puzzle, your mind cannot handle what it just saw, and for good reason. It is the same as seeing everything and nothing all at the same time, past, present, future in the universe, and many other universes all collide and converge to one point. It is impossible to comprehend, yet Skaith understands it all. She explained to Max that if one was to truly understand the meaning behind the puzzle, what it represented, and more importantly, what it all meant, then one would have the questions to the universe answered. Every single question would be answered at the same time, and you would no longer be you. Max told her that to him, that is something that he cannot even try to fathom. But she explained to him that in due course he will realize that everything that she has said, he has already come to know. With the puzzle being solved, they got through to Skaith, but of course the first to answer was Jezebel, a young girl who Max and Scarlet rescued a while ago, and who is now being trained by Skaith. They came to the belief that Jezebel may be one of the Banished, but Skaith told them that she is something more. However, not even Skaith fully knows what Jezebel is, or if she does, then she is certainly not telling. And that brings chapter 5 of this story to an end. I hope you've all been enjoying this series. Now that Max and co have contacted Skaith, what insights will she glean from the amulet? And what will the group do with the newfound knowledge gained from her? And who is Jezebel? Where does she fall in all this? How will her story become integral to the future of Regalion? All this and more will be explored in future episodes, so make sure to tune back in for more. But until then, I hope you have all sufficiently warmed up and that this story has brought you some level of comfort. I wish you safe travels on the journey of life, and feel free to come back again whenever you need a new story to warm your day.